December 2024. Now, this was my first month day trading. And in this video, I'm kind of going to go over my results, lessons I've learned, mistakes I've made, what processes I was kind of like the process of my trading, and what I can do to improve for the next month, January. Now, some background. This isn't my first month trading, but this is in fact my first month day trading. Now, to explain further, this journey started about a year or two ago. Actually, a lot longer. So I'm a senior in college right now. Freshman year of college, I discovered options. Well, before that, around 2020, 2021, like when all the COVID stuff was happening, my mom got into trading, I guess, but she was just more of like a investor, just buying a lot of the stocks after the COVID crash. And I remember she gave me like some capital to buy some stocks of my own, but this wasn't that much. I couldn't buy any like blue chip, high kind of price stocks. So I bought some stuff, whatever. I made a little bit, obviously, because a lot of assets were down like pretty much 50% during that crash. So I made some money with that. But then that was my junior year of high school. But then coming to freshman year of college, I got into options. I discovered what options were, and I got absolutely wrecked. I remember the one. I mean, I just didn't get wrecked, but the one trade I really got exposed on was this SPY call I took at the beginning of college, right? And I took this SPY call. It was like a 540 strike price SPY call, and the expiration was December 2025. I bought it, right? I think SPY was around 350 this time, at this point. And then I sold it a year later for like a $5,000 loss. And then it turns out that if I held on to that SPY call, I would have made like 10 grand, but that's not important. So I fucked around with options for a little bit. Didn't see any success. I was basically just gambling. Don't do options unless you have like a certain strategy or system around it. If you're gonna trade options, I would recommend like selling options instead of actually buying them, but that's for another day. But so then I discovered Forex on YouTube my junior year of college. So up until this point, I was just messing around with options, but not really seriously, just buy a contract or something here and there. But then I got into Forex, discovered ICT, and this is when I really started to get obsessed with this craft. But then with the ICT, I tried doing like his the 2022 mentorship model. Let's say I tried demo testing that for a little bit. I didn't really see success, but at this time, I didn't really know what it meant to be a profitable trader. I kind of, like any sort of losing streak, I would just lose hope and forget about it. But just executing on the lower time frames wasn't really for me. Way too quick. I wasn't fast enough at inputting limit. I'm more of a patient guy. I'm more of like a take it easy and analyze like from a higher time frame point of view. So then I discovered swing trading, and that's what I've done the whole past year. And basically, I realized that if I want to make money, get rich quick, not make money quick, but if I want to see the kind of success that I'm going for, I can't really operate on 4-hour time frames or daily time frames, just because the frequency of trades I'm taking is not there. Like, yeah, it could be higher quality, but after testing on FX Replay for like hundreds of trades, I think 600 trades, I was doing this SMC swing strategy where I was looking at the 4-hour range, and it's very similar to what I do now, but this, like, I really didn't see any success. I failed a couple challenges. I entered big losing streaks. Nothing too crazy. Losses aren't too crazy. I only attempted like 2 challenges. I tried trading a little live account with like 1,000 in it. Lost like half of the money in there because I was risking 5-10%. And all in all, like, my win rate wasn't high enough for me to basically endure those losing streaks. to be honest. Like, if you endure a losing streak when you're swing trading, you're only getting a setup a week. Think about if you enter a 5-6 trade losing streak, and my win rate was 35-40%. Like, that's very common. That's like couple months with no income, you know? So I kind of realized, okay, like, this isn't working. Like, it could work if you have a full-time job or something. Swing trading is definitely a better option for you. But I just realized that for me to succeed, I need to be on a lower time frame. So then I discovered the system I'm using now, which is basically use the 4 hour for bias, and then I execute on the 15/30 minutes. And if you're following my videos, you kind of see my style now, but that's not really what this video is about. This video, I'm going to go over my whole month of trading, and this is what it looks like, right? So as you can see, a lot of red, some green, but more red, you know? I ended the month down $500 around, and this isn't bad for my first month, to be honest. I'm actually kind of proud of myself because a lot of people, when they get into day trading, they blow their shit up, you know? They blow that shit up quick, too. Because of just common errors such as over leveraging, over trading. I did do some of that stuff, but considering it's my first month trading on lower time frames consistently, I'm gonna be honest and kind of like boast about my success. Not really success, but my performance, because I basically ended up break even. These trades are taken on a 100K funding pips challenge, and yeah, I wasn't profitable this month, but I showed good signs of profitable trading in the future. Now, as you can see, there wasn't a trade taken every day, and that's good because if you're set up, if you want to have like if you want to take only high conviction trades, especially on like the 15-minute, 30-minute, you're not gonna get a setup every day. Like, I'm looking at a ton of pairs too, and I'm only getting, as you can see, maybe 2 or 3 a week. Now, as you can see, another common trend, when I'm trading, say this second week of December, I took 2, 4, 5, 6 trades that week, and that was my worst week, you know? Actually, this is the worst week, but the common, I guess, the lesson I'm going to take from this is that the more you trade doesn't mean the more you're going to win, you know? Like, the more trades you take, the chances are you're taking less quality setups, and that's what's going to bite you in the ass, and that's what's going to turn you from a profitable trader. That's what's going to make you a break-even trader. Now, I'm honestly happy because being break-even as a trader is a good spot to be in, because you're proving to yourself that you can execute and you can win trades. The only hurdle is now just cutting out a small minority of losses, unnecessary losses, and then I'm profitable. So we can see, start off, this is like like an AUD JPY trade. Yeah, lost AUD JPY, and UJ won that trade. But look at these losing streaks. So this was a good setup, and huge losing streak, little win streak, another pretty beefy losing streak, and then one win. Now, yeah, losing streaks are going to happen, and they are common, but some of these losses were just very, very avoidable, I would say. Like, yeah, I'm going to have losing days, but for my strategy to be profitable, I need a win rate of around 35%. And it's true that even with the 30-40% win rate, you're going to incur losing streaks of 5 or 6. But the chances of me hitting 2 5-trade losing streaks, like pretty much back to back, is not that. It's like 1% chance of that happening. So I know that there were unnecessary losses, and I have a Google Sheets that I track all my trades in, and within this sheets I have screenshots of every single what's it called, trade I took. So right here, we can go in here. My win rate for this month was 25% win rate, which is, again, not good, but again, this isn't enough of a sample size to actually go by these stats. But as we can see, any trade that I have notes over here were unnecessary losses, and I have the reasoning why. So this, say for example, this trade NZDUSD, I entered before red folder news. So then price wicked my stop loss, and I remember it going to my take profit, because when there's high impact news, price is going to go by and sweep the nearest liquidity, and not all the time, but usually reverse after that. This trade didn't have real confirmation. So I took a long probably, and then the move down previous was such a impulsive move down that I probably got small breaks of structure to the upside, and I thought that price was then retracing, but we probably just filled that huge imbalance and continued the trend downwards. On this trade, no confirmation on the 15-minute, small choppy action forced the long in a bullish and bearish environment. This trade, price reacting off bullish forward movers and no imbalance for draw and discount zone, choppy price. When there's no imbalances, say if I'm taking a retrace trade, so let's go into here. Let's just use this 30-minute, right? For me to take trades that are going to retrace downwards, I need to see imbalance like we see here. If there's no imbalance, then there's not enough conviction, in my opinion, that price will make that move down, right? So like say here, do you see how there's clear imbalance? This is a draw on liquidity, so I'd be more confident in taking sells into these areas because these imbalances act as magnets for price. What my mistake was this month was I took a lot of retracement trades. Let's see if I can find an example. I would take retracement trades. Say this was one range. I would take trades. Actually, no, there was an imbalance. This is choppy. Let's find some examples. So let's look at this for example. You see this is a range. And look, I would take sells coming down, for example, but you see there's no imbalance. So I would be caught in I would be getting caught on the wrong side of the market because price is still bullish here, and there's no reason for price to really come down because there's no imbalance in this whole leg. There's no real imbalances that could be attracting price. So what did price keep doing? Price just kept ripping up. Now here I'm more comfortable with taking retracement trades going against the trend, new bearish trend, because look at all this imbalance here. Price has to fill this before then continuing to go down. So there's two kinds of trades that I look for. I either look for retracement trades, which is part of this leg, and then I take continuation trades, which is part of this leg. Now I'm going to keep doing this type of trading and see which is more probable, because look, in my journal I have a section that's called trend/counter trend, and the counter trend is the retracement kind of trades, and the trend is the continuation kind of trades. Now so far from what we see, a lot of counter trades ended up as losing, but also a lot of trend following continuation trades also lost. So for right now I'm going to still take both, but if I ever see some kind of trend where let's say I see way more success following the trend, then I would just stop taking retracement trades. But for right now, it seems that it's pretty even on both sides. My biggest mistake was this trade here. I cut the trade early for a loss. Instead of taking the 500 risk, I cut it for a $330 loss. But then my trade reversed and hit TP, which just goes again that I need to follow my rules, which the set and forget kind of methodology is in my rules now. I've set my limits, stop loss sets, TP set, and I just let the trade play out. No manipulation on my end. This trade went against the 4-hour trend, tried to play 30-minute structure off of daily bias. 30-minute didn't really break structure either, wasn't looking at the overall range. And I also noted that I had less sleep before this trade. And I kind of realized that if I don't get good sleep the night before, I make bad decisions, which is a very key thing to be aware about if you're a trader. See if when you're performing well, how is your life outside of trading? How is it doing? If you're not getting good sleep, you're drinking alcohol, you're probably not going to make good decisions the next morning. Just common sense, right? This trade went looking at daily range. Price looks like retracing higher to equilibrium. Overall 30-minute range instead of 15-minute. Stop loss was liquidity. This one, I took a trade on a very sketchy asset, Euro NZD. The spread was huge. I got stopped out even though the trade won. These are all little mistakes that I'm now going to go forward with and try to just eliminate these stupid losses. And the most common thing I see here is I'm not waiting for valid confirmation on the lower time frames, because my bias on the 4-hour is pretty spot on. I'm not gonna lie, because I've spent so much time on the 4-hour time frame swing trading that I can read that chart pretty well. Now it's just a matter of mastering my lower time frame executions and confirmations so that I can align my actual trades with the higher time frame. And I feel like this little adjustment will result in me being a lot more profitable this coming month. Now, we can go into more stats right here. By the way, this is TradeZella, so very, very nice platform. We can see win percentage around 27%. My profit factor less than 1, so not profitable. Each trade expected to lose $54. Overall P&L 1,000 down, but in the month it was 460. Another thing I saw is that anytime I took 2 trades, they ended up both losing. You see here, here, here. And actually, let's go and count how many bad trades. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 losses were avoidable. Now let's look at what that would look like in terms of profitability. So 5 wins, 13 losses. Imagine I had 5 wins in if I took away those 9 losses, 13 minus 9, that leaves me with 4 legit losses. So that would be 5 wins times 2.45. That would be a 12.25% increase in the account. And then to account for the 4 losses, minus 4%, my profitability should have been 8% this month if I just didn't take those bad losses. 4 of those losses were good losses, but 9 of them, I would say, were avoidable. And just that stat alone goes to show how I am that close to succeeding, I can look at this and be negative and be doubtful in my abilities, but you have to look at it in a positive light. There's always good to be taken out of any situation, and I'm gonna go through looking at this month in a positive way and say I didn't blow my account. Number one, I'm pretty much break even on the challenge. I had winning trades, good trades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 good trades. I had good losses too. I just took too many trades. I was impatient some days, probably a little restless, didn't sleep well, and 4 setups. Simple. Now, that's going to happen, but now it's just a matter of me recognizing that is a flaw and a tendency of mine. So now I just have to be aware, and the next time I feel those emotions of overtrading, being impatient, I have to just leave the charts. What I like to do usually is wake up at 7, the market opens at 8. I will basically just not look at any screen. I'll go drink some water, use the bathroom, walk around, just wake myself up, It's a good idea to lift too, work out, or go on a run or go on a walk or something. If you have a dog, go get outside, wake up, let your brain actually, fire up. You can't wake up and go straight on the charts and expect to be thinking clearly. That was another mistake from last month. A lot of the days I would wake up and just hop right onto the charts. Dude, you just slept for 8 hours. Your brain was fucking, in a slumber. You're not going to be thinking clearly. You're not going to be able to make solid decisions. when you're half asleep, you know? So I think that's important. This next month and upcoming year, I'm going to wake up at least an hour before, get my bearings going, you know? Take this shit seriously, you know? I see myself as a profitable trader, and with that comes the habits and the actions that a profitable trader takes. So, you know, I'm a profitable trader who had a break even or a losing month. That's the reality of the situation. I am profitable. I know I am. Even though the results and the money in my account doesn't reflect that, the story I'm telling myself is a positive story. So I feel like that's pretty much it for this video. This is my first month day trading. I could have done better, but I did well considering it was my first month. I made some mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, but I'm very optimistic for the future, and I'm going to be taking a couple 50K challenges going into next month along with this 100K challenge, and we're going to see what happens. I have very, very high expectations for myself this year, and I hopefully I'm able to crack a profitable, able to crack into becoming profitable on paper and actually pull in money, you know? So far, I have not made a single dollar from a prop firm. I have never even passed an account. So I'm pretty much at the bottom, you know? Like the only way to go up, the only spot I can go is up. Like I know I'm good enough to not blow accounts like recklessly. I'm already improving in that sort of way, but yeah, overall pretty happy with how I did, and keep you guys updated on the next month. If you're on this journey too, remember you're not alone. Not everyone is profitable within their first month of trading, 2 months of trading. That's all bullshit. It takes a long ass time to learn about yourself, learn about the market. But I wish you guys all the best of luck. If you took any value or want to stay tuned for future videos, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.